For 45 years, we've had speed, we've had beauty, we've had power. We are the American muscle car. We are Camaro, we are Trans Am, and this is Fbody Digest.
In this episode of Fbody Digest, we have a great show lined up for you. Fbody Digest car show coverage will take an all-access pass to bring you full coverage of the 2012 10th Annual All Firebird Lawn Show. In Tool Tech, we'll show you the ins and outs of a great home garage sandblasting system. Our feature car is an amazing 1969 Camaro that takes custom to a whole new level. We will check in with Pete and Heather and see the progress on the Fbody Build, a 1980 Trans Am Special Edition getting a resto mod. Our product review is on the Phoenix Graphics Stage 3 Slide Over Gel UV Protectant for your exterior decals. We will also bring you tips on creating a video to help you better advertise and sell your car on both eBay and the web. So, grab your keys, a cup of coffee, and let's enter the Fbody world. Fbody Digest starts now.
Fbody Digest is proud to bring you an all-access pass to the 2012 10th Annual All Firebird Lawn Show. This whole show is held at Malta, New York, July 5th, 6th, and 7th. So you know after the fireworks fly, it's time to gather the birds, and you'll find birds of every year and every color at this great show. Today we're going to give you not only show coverage, but we're also going to give you an in-depth interview with Tom and Sandy Smith, who are the actual founders of this show. This year's show was held at the Albany-Saratoga Speedway, and it's a really nice venue. This track used to be a paved track, but now it's gone to clay. But it's a really nice place to hold a show. It's a lot of open space. There's great concessions there, and it's a pretty nice layout. To really appreciate the Firebird Lawn Show, you gotta learn some history behind it. We sat down with Tom and his wife Sandy, who have been there since day one. This was actually Tom's idea to begin this show 10 years ago. This show is 100% for charity. All proceeds completely go to the Special Olympics, and it's a really great cause.
We're here today with Tom Smith, and he is the gentleman that puts together the All Firebird Lawn Show. Tom, could you tell us a little bit about the founding of the actual show and some information about the show?
Well, we had an idea. A friend of mine and I went to a lot of local shows, and we were always surrounded by Firebirds, by GTOs, by street rods, rat rods, Olds, Buick, Pontiac, everything, Camaro, Ford, everything but Firebirds. And we said, you know, wouldn't it be great to have just a show where it was just all Firebirds? We talked about that. I approached the Saratoga Auto Museum and I said, hey, would you guys host something for us? Just Firebirds only. Probably won't be enormous, but it would be Firebirds only. And they said, yeah, okay, we can do that.
It started just as a gathering. Tom and his friend Keith Furist decided to get a few people together, and we had it in front of the museum. And we had 35 cars that day. And then the second year, when we wanted to do it again, we had different people that were in charge of the special events at the museum. And we had to have all this insurance, which you didn't have the first year.
And so we were about ready to walk out of that meeting and just give up. And I said to the guy, you know, how do other people do this?
So he said if it was a fundraiser for something, we could do it. So I says, well, gee, both of us are Special Olympics coaches in two sports. Maybe we could do a fundraiser for Special Olympics.
I said, does Special Olympics qualify? He said, oh yeah, we could use that. So we had our meetings with the museum, we had our meetings with Special Olympics, and soon enough it came about the second car show, All Firebird Lawn Show, and it was really, at that point, committed and dedicated to raising money for Special Olympics. On the third year, I really wanted to grow the show. I wanted to get it bigger than it was. I think year one was 37 cars, year two I think was about 65 or 70, don't remember exactly. And for year three, I felt the need to grow the show and raise more money for Special Olympics.
And the show has been growing ever since. We've had our bumps in the road, but it's still, it's pretty good. All the people that come are very nice. And we've raised quite a bit of money for Special Olympics. I think we've raised about $35,000 over the 10-year period.
So Tom, if you would, take a few minutes and walk us through the guidelines for judging at the All Firebird Lawn Show.
We want people to judge the cars that know the cars. We have 4 categories. We look at your interior. For the exterior of the car, we look at your paint, your decals. We look at your sheet metal, your urethane, your plastic, your chrome. We look at cleanliness again, the wheels, the tires. We look at the exhaust tips, and we look at your undercarriage. Normally, we tell the guys, the judges that is, we tell them, don't touch the cars. But in terms of undercarriage, all's fair in love and war. And our guys crawl underneath cars, and our girls. We have female judges too, in fairness to them. Heather DeFazio being one. We tell our folks, go ahead, feel free, crawl underneath the car and look at the undercarriage. Undercarriage can say a lot about a car. And at Saratoga, that's what we look for. We look for those cars that rise to the top. Then we look at engine compartment. We look at the engine. We look at the aluminum, the plastic, the chrome, the belts, the hoses. We look at the wiring, all the accessories, including alternator and the air conditioning pump, if it's got one, the brake booster, and all the stuff like that. And we look at the cleanliness of that and the presentation. And for that category, like the others, interior and exterior, that category we give 25 max points. The last classification is called presentation. And in the stock class, we look at the correctness and originality of the car. In the modified class, for presentation, we look at things like presentation of the car, we look at quality of craftsmanship or workmanship, coolness and bling, and cohesiveness of theme. Reflecting back, it's been 10 years, it's taken a long time to get us where we are. It's a good crowd of people, it's a good venue, and it's a good cause. Lawn show, we've all become family. People look forward. Thursday night, meet and greet, all sit around the lawn chairs. We got the old citronella going, maybe crack a bottle of wine, crack a few brewskis. Friday night, the cruise. This year, a little bit crazy. The state police took us on a joyride. They said they would obey the limit. We hit 55-mile-an-hour speeds to them. They're doing 70. We saw Smokey and the Bandit. We had Crazy Herb's barbecue. It was a good time. The Saturday show. Tomorrow, we'll count the money, and it all goes to Special Olympics. It all goes to a good cause. We want to see it be successful. We're going to try very hard to make it successful. And we're not going to settle for anything less. And I guess that's about all I got to say about that. Sandy, you got anything to say?
No, just to thank everybody that's been so supportive, really accepting our athletes and being so kind to them, and really accepting my son and really being his friend. And that's all I can say is thank you for everything and everybody.
Fbody Digest would like to once again thank Tom and Sandy Smith, Firebird Nation of North America, the Special Olympics, and the Saratoga Albany Speedway for all working together and putting the show on. We had a really great time this year. We look forward to being back next year. We're glad we could bring this to you today.
Today's product review is a Phoenix Graphics Light Over Gel made by Phoenix Graphics, and it is a UV protectant for your decal kit. And this product is useful because your decal kit is one of the biggest investments you can make on your car, and you need to be able to maintain that. And this product keeps it conditioned and keeps it clean and is regular maintenance for your decal kit. To use this product, first we're going to go ahead and spray our area with it. And then we're going to take a soft, clean cloth and wipe it dry. Product is made by Phoenix Graphics, who makes the best decal kits out there. And from what they tell us, this is a UVB protectant, and it will not pull the moisture out of your decal kit. This is recommended for every time you wash your car. So with the regular maintenance, this is going to help you maintain your color quality of your decals and just the overall appearance of them. We spoke with Phoenix Graphics, and they said that the slide over spray can also be used on your weather seals and the vinyl in your car. I would suggest using the slide over spray after washing it and prior to waxing your car. Think of this as an armor all for your decals, but it won't draw the moisture from the material that you're applying it to. We hope you've enjoyed today's product review, and we'll see you next time.
This is the Fbody Digest, Fbody Build, brought to you by Fbody Warehouse. What the Fbody Build is, as many know, Heather has a really nice 1981 Trans Am. And one day I was teasing and taunting her. I said, I'm going to build a car better than you. Well, she's holding me to it. Now I got to do it. So you're going to be able to follow along as we try to put this 1980s Trans Am Special Edition back to its former glory. As you can see, Heather's got the bar set pretty high for me, so I got to get to work on this.
Well, my car is a calendar car, you see here. Your car is what we would call a parts car. Something that you go when you pull parts off of and put it on a better car, like mine. So, with that said, what you got?
So first things first, the interior in this car was just really rough, so we ripped all the interior out. And what we're doing is checking out the floors, make sure our floors are in pretty good shape. That all being said, when we got the carpet out, got the underlayment out, nope, Pete was sandblasting. So I got out the grinder, got out the sandblaster, and I sandblasted, and I sandblasted, and I sandblasted. But I think I got most of the rust out. I'm going to need to do some front pans in this car, and it's going to be a little bit of work, but we'll get it. Feeling like I really got something done, I go on inside to get some coffee. It's 8:40 in the morning, and look who I find still sleeping. Must be nice to sleep in on a weekend.
Now, to the point about you coming in and me being asleep at 8:40 in the morning, that's what I do on the weekends. I'm not getting up at 5:30 to go out there and go sand some floors, do whatever it is that you're doing to your parts car.
Anyway, with the hard work done, it was time to go part shopping. I picked up some louvers, went to Chattanooga, I picked up a 4-point hooker show bar, and I got myself a Hirsch dual gate for the car. Now keep in mind, I probably did this on the hottest day of the year so far, but that's okay. Got all the products back and started test fitting them on Heather's car.
And those louvers, were they trying to hide that hideous interior? Oh wait, there's no interior in it.
Alright, so one of my big mods that I'm going to be putting in this car is I got one of those old school hooker 4-point roll bars. We're going to be installing this here today. While the car isn't ready for paint yet, we'll go ahead, we'll get it in. When the car comes back from paint, it'll already be installed. I don't got to risk scratching anything. So we got Yancey over here helping me out. He's lugging this thing around like it's out of style. Alright, so we got this in. It really went in pretty smooth. It has a little lip at the bottom that drops over the rain gutter channel lip, and then it's just literally a matter of tilting into place. We're going to go ahead and bolt this down. So we're getting there. We got our floors done in this car. Going to have a little bit of work done on the front floors, and then once that's done, this thing will be ready to go off and get shot to paint. We got our motor getting built right now.
And all that work that you're putting in that roll bar in your parts car, it's a waste of your time, dear. Now, someone had asked if I'm going to help Pete with this car, and no, I have no intention on helping him rebuild a parts car. It's a turd, and really it's just not worth my time.
So far, it's been a lot of fun putting this car together, and Heather and I kid around a lot, but it'll be a nice car when it's done. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm going to need a lot of help, so I hope I can get her to come around. Check out on our next episode, and you'll see the latest updates as we bring this car back to life.
We'll be right back. In the meantime, check out these companies and car clubs that are devoted to the Camaro and Trans Am.
Fbody Warehouse has well over 100 product installation videos with various interior-related, weather seal, lamps and lighting, and exterior-based videos. We have a how-to video for about any project you have. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Fbody Warehouse 1.
Welcome to the largest 1970 to 1981 Trans Am and Firebird owners group on the web. Message forum, tech information, and 4,500 members strong. TransAmCountry.com.
Our featured car this episode is a 1969 Camaro owned by Gary Lee Berry of Peachtree City, Georgia. We recently were able to sit down with Gary at Bellamy Strickland GMC in Buick in McDonough, Georgia while they were holding the show. It's a very impressive car. Now, Gary's owned this car for 18 years now, and he's done 99% of the work himself. The attention to detail in this car is quite amazing. It starts in the engine bay. The car's got a 454 big block Chevrolet, and that's bored 60 over, so it's a 468. Gary went through and he ported and polished his heads himself. 118cc open chamber head. It's got double springs, roller rockers, and a comp cam. Carburetor on the car is a 800 CFM Holly with 150 shot of nitrous just to get the point across. Gary's had the car dyno tuned. He's pulling 435 at the rear wheels when he's not running his bottle. When he gives the car the bottle, he's pushing a little over 600. One thing you'll notice on his engine bay is everything's chrome. If it's not chrome, it's high polished aluminum custom bent panels for the car. All the custom touches, however, don't stop in the engine bay. He's really put a lot of work into the interior cabin of this car, and when I talked to him, I was really amazed at all the hard work. And Gary's done most of this work himself. Starting on the dashboard, you're going to find a Detroit Speed 18 gauge custom steel insert, and that houses the Autometer ultralight gauges. Now this is an automatic car, and Gary's got a Hurst quarter stick, and that's what powers the Turbo 350 Street Fighter transmission by TCI. With all the different modifications done to this car, stock door panels, seat covers, and headliner just wasn't going to work. What he did, he got a red vinyl and tweed mix, and he carried a theme throughout the interior. It has custom door panels, custom headliner, and a custom seat covers. One thing you'll notice is the Chevy emblem, which is stitched throughout the rear seat and also in the headrests of the front seats. 4-point racing harnesses also accompany this interior for both the driver and the passenger. And this 69 Camaro really rolls in style. There's American Racing Torque Thrust 17-inch rims, and he's got those riding on 245 17s. They're BF Goodrich radial TAs. Even the trunk on this car is wild and custom. He's got 2 batteries running because he's running a 1 gauge wire going up to his starter. This way he doesn't drop any voltage. He custom made the trunk drop off panels on the left and right. The lamp and lighting group on this car was also customized and upgraded. The car features LED side marker lights, LED tail lights, and a sealed beamed halogen set of headlights up front. This car really had a rough life. He had replaced the hood, the trunk lid, the rear valance panel, the rear quarter panels, the trunk floor, and also the inner drops for the rear quarters. And the color that he painted this, and this thing's got 7 coats of clear on it. And it's a PPG radiant red with diamond dust, and when you put this car in natural light, really sparkles. The body lined up straight as an arrow, and Gary was really impressed with the quality of the sheet metal and the different products that he got for this car over the years. We spoke in depth about the car, and also about his joy of car shows. He likes getting out to various charity cruises and small shows. He's not really into the big show car circuit and the winning of prizes, but more for the joy of the car. He drives this car about 3,500 miles a year. He said at one point he actually still drove it here and there to work. It's just an amazing car, and we were really happy to have this opportunity to sit down and really get to give you a good look at this car. A lot of folks redo 67 to 69s, and a lot of them go custom. But this car was done very tastefully, and it's really refreshing to see a car that has a theme that carries from the front bumper to the rear bumper, and it does it in style.
Hi, I'm Yancey, and this week in Tool Tech we're going to talk about the siphon-fed Sandblaster. And this is a very useful tool to have around the shop when restoring a car, or if you have any other old piece of metal that has rust, it will take it down to bare metal and give you an excellent clean surface to paint with. And this is your siphon-fed Sandblaster. And this is a typical $20 unit. And what this kit includes is your gun, and this is the main portion of the Sandblaster. It also includes your pickup hose and a line. And what it does not include is your typical air fitting, and you will have to pick this up yourself, and this goes into the end of the gun to match with your compatible air hose or air compressor at your own home. And you will also need to provide just a standard hose clamp. The first step in assembling your Sandblaster is to put your hose on the pickup line, the pickup side of the gun. Make sure you have your clamp there. Tighten your clamp down. On the second end of the hose, the opposite end, you will see the Sandblast pickup line it's got a notch in it. You will run this over it. No clamp required on this side. And then you will take your air fitting of your choice and just screw into the bottom of the gun. And this here is a good example of an inner fender that actually, at first glance, it don't seem all that good. Like if you was going through a junkyard and you seen this inner fender, you would think, well, I'll look for a better one. This inner fender, with just a little bit of refurbishing and a little bit of sandblasting, can be as nice as show quality. And the first thing, like I said, that you always want to have is you want to put your gloves on. You can get typical thick gloves. It don't matter what kind they are as long as they're resistant to the sand. And you put your helmet on. And once you have your helmet on, you're good to go. There's a couple techniques used in sandblasting. You have your real abrasive technique, which is right on the spot. Say if it's a solid piece of rust, you want to get right up on it. But if it's just a mild area of just bare paint, you can and it will hit a mass area. It will do it a lot faster. Now we have gotten the entire inner fender down to bare metal, and this is a great starting point for to paint it.
We'll be right back. In the meantime, check out these companies and car clubs that are devoted to the Camaro and Trans Am.
78ta.com, the Trans Am information information site. Message forums, newsletters, Trans Am chat room. 78ta.com. See you online. Customize your new Camaro the way you want. We have more new Camaro graphics than the competition. Use the graphics the pros use. Shop online at bigwormgraphics.com. Camaro Central, stocking the highest quality parts at the best possible price. From concourse correct parts to billet aluminum add-ons, Camaro Central has got you covered. Camaro Central offers parts and accessories for 67 through 2011 Camaros.
Looking for your next Camaro or Trans Am? Trans Am Specialties of Florida specializes in only high-quality restored F-bodies. Be it for cruising or your collection, choose Trans Am Specialties for your next Camaro or Trans Am. TransAmFlorida.com.
Hi, I'm Pete. Today what we're going to do is show you how to take a video of your car. The reason you might want to do this is, let's say you're ready to sell your car. The print ads are basically all but dead. You know, it's not like the old days when you go in your local swapper shop or auto trader. Nowadays there's a lot of different venues. You can go on eBay, you can go on the different message forums and club boards, you can go on Craigslist, even Auto Trader is online now. So shooting a video of your car is the next gradual step on where everything's evolving to. People don't want to see a picture anymore, they want to see multiple pictures. There's an old phrase that says, a picture says 1,000 words. Well, a video's made up of 1,000 pictures. And so what you can do with the video is you can not only highlight the car, but you can really show folks what they're looking at. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to do a real quick video on your car, give folks some information they need and what they'll want to see, and then we're going to walk you through real quick using Microsoft Movie Maker. When we shoot a car for sale video, what we do is we go ahead and we put that video up on YouTube. And the reason is your audience becomes the entire world. And if you look at that yellow car, you'll see that video's been seen 36,000 times. So getting started is pretty easy. All you want to do is give your car a good, nice wash. You don't have to do a show quality detail job on it because the video is going to be a little forgiving, obviously. Once you go through and you get it washed, instead of shooting the video in your driveway, get out, go find somewhere just beautiful, and take the car for a drive. Bring someone along with you and they can take the video while you drive the car. I always say, if possible, try to find a place that's just not covered up in cars, and this way you can focus in on the car that you're trying to sell instead of the 25 cars passing you in every direction. Be sure to go out and take a lot of pictures while you're out. And what you want to do is the three main areas: the cabin, the drivetrain, and the exterior of the car. And you can show some of the flaws, but you can also show a lot of the features of the car. So once you've gathered quite a bit of video clips, and you want to have a lot more than you're going to actually use. A good example, earlier in the show today we watched the coverage of the All Firebird Lawn Show. I had no exaggeration 4 hours of video on that show to create a 7-minute segment. You don't need to go that extreme, but you do want to have at least double or 3 times the length of your video in core video to be able to edit through. Now we're going to show you Microsoft Movie Maker, and this comes preloaded basically on all Microsoft computers. And the Apple guys that are out there, I'm sorry guys, I wish I could help you on this, but I have an iPhone, that's about it. If you don't have a great digital camera, that's okay. Most new cell phones, the video quality on them rivals that of a good digital camera or even a small camcorder, so you can use your phone even to shoot this video. Now once you open up Microsoft Movie Maker, what you're going to do is you're going to import the media in. And what that means is you grab all the videos and all the pictures and you stuff them in there so that you can work with them. Then you start laying the pictures and video, and you're just going to lay them down, and this is going to be in, I call, the film strip area. And this is how it'll look when you watch the finished movie. Once you have them in there, you can do different things like transitions, you can change the pictures, you can make them float around, you can adjust the volume on your video, you can edit and reduce the size of your video.
There's a lot of different features and options that you can use, so have fun with it and play with it. Once you've got your video pretty much where you want it, what you want to do is go ahead and add a music track. And you can just use a song off your iPod, so YouTube will go through and they'll put a clickable link on your video that allows a person to buy that song if they like it. So it's not, what you're doing is not illegal to do, but YouTube's going to add that in there, and then that way the musical artist gets their just due if someone wants to purchase their song. Once you're all set, you're going to go ahead and publish your movie. You publish it, and then you'll be able to upload it onto YouTube. Now, at the time that we're making this video, there still is a way that you can use the old embed code on YouTube and then embed your video directly into an eBay auction. And that's a great thing. When people open up an eBay auction, if you have the car on, say, eBay, they're going to be able to watch the video right there. It's not going to redirect them off of eBay. They're able to just watch it on the spot. And hopefully that might work and go a long way to help you generating a sale. Now this video is really just an overview for you to say, hey, that's a good idea. You're going to do a lot of playing, you're going to do a lot of learning, it's going to take a little bit of time. But once you make a video, they're cake to make. And then you can go through and you can do it going forward. And it's one of those situations you teach a man to fish. And hopefully we've given you a good idea on this. Now we have a couple of these car for sale videos. All the cars are of course sold because the videos help to sell them. But you can watch them on the Fbody Warehouse 1 YouTube channel under the Cars for Sale section. Or just go on YouTube and type in a search for Trans Am or Camaro for sale, and you're going to find there's just a ton out there. And that might go a long way in helping you with some additional ideas that we might not have addressed here today. We hope that you've enjoyed this, and we hope it's given you some inspiration.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of Fbody Digest. Episode 3 goes live August 1st. We have a great lineup in store for the next episode, including our feature car, which is an amazing condition and rare optioned 1988 Firebird. In the product review, we'll be exploring re-dyeing your interior using the SEM Color Coat paint system, along with much, much more. Of course, we hope you'll tell all of your friends about Fbody Digest. We're the only program devoted to the Camaro and Trans Am owner. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Fbody Warehouse 1.